welcome back to my channel. This is Sid, and today I'm gonna talk about why do we feel insecure at work sometimes and how to fix that. But before I even start this topic, let me say this very clearly, that this video is not about just repeat these 5 affirmations after me and you'll magically start feeling better. This video is about actually fixing the root cause. It's about fixing what you're feeling inside that's making you feel insecure at work or whatever it is. It's not just about treating the symptoms. So here's this thing that we don't usually talk about very often. But most of us are just walking around with a quiet fear inside of us that what if they fire me, or what if there's a layoff? Should I even ask for that raise because I don't think I'm good enough? Like, even when you're handling the work of like 3 people at once, yes, meeting your deadlines for all your necessary projects count. But at the same time, there are certain people who might be doing the same amount of work as you are and putting in the same amount of effort and still feel 100% secure in themselves. More like comfortable that they can actually handle if anything goes wrong, which might be like even if they got fired. Now that feeling doesn't come just like that. So I'll say, like, I have been in both the shoes for a very long time. What would happen if I lose my job was a question that almost never popped up in my head. But then I stopped doing just one thing in my life and everything just changed. So the only time I felt secure at work was when I was actually freelancing on the side. Now, I wasn't really making millions or building an empire, but I was just making enough that even if my job disappeared overnight, it wouldn't change a thing. So, that kind of security does something to your mindset. Like, you negotiate smarter, you make more money, you communicate more clearly, and you know your value. You just now shrink yourself to fit in someone else's description. And you don't freaking really think of your job as your lifeboat. Instead, you show up from a place of strength, not desperation. So what happened really? Like, why did I actually even stop freelancing, and what happened afterward? So I stopped freelancing because I wanted to build something bigger for myself. Like, and the route to it would go through an Instagram channel for some reason, but I simply couldn't do like 3 things at once. It was way more exhausting than I thought it would be. So naturally I thought, since I have a job which is more secure, I'll just keep that and it'll pay my bills, probably also fund the equipment and other stuff that I might need for my content creation, and it'll be good. So I paused my freelancing, and I had never made any videos before or talked to a camera before, and I knew from the beginning that it might take me from like a few months to maybe a year to perfect these skills, and I totally understood that it might not work out at all. But as always, I was willing to take the risk, and plus there was not really a risk, it's just a lot of effort going into it. And I'm sure at the end of the day, like my mom always says, if you work hard for something, it never goes in vain. Your hard work never goes in vain. Somehow, somewhere like along the line, it just comes. And like, who knows, later on might get into like brand marketing or deeper into marketing, and there my video creation skills might have worked. But well, so I decided to do this. But then universe had something else planned for me, and within 2 months I lost my consistency. And some of the reasons were, or I like to think they were, that it would take me too long to shoot a video. All my reels were screaming how unnatural I was and how much I was pushing myself to do it. So 1 year passed by, and then life happened. I left my existing job. I had to move to a different city, and I just couldn't land another job because the market was shit. So all those sort of things happened, and that's how I became this new version of myself, who's like almost always anxious, always overworking, and still worrying about layoffs sometimes. Yeah, it's there. So it's wild how fast you can lose that sense of safety when your only anchor is actually your job. But the question is, do I actually need that side hustle all those people on YouTube are screaming about? Well, to answer that question, I genuinely believe that a side hustle is not really about chasing money. I'm here not to tell you to start overworking and hustling and building a product to sell if that's not something you want to do. What I'm here to tell you about is that it's about creating emotional and financial safety for yourself. It's about finding a way to become the version of yourself that never feels helpless. So that's the goal, and it does 2 powerful things for you. First, it gives you a sense of control, like where your growth is not tied to someone else's budget or mood or business decisions. Second, it brings back meaning to your day-to-day life. Like, if all you do is sleep, work, eat, repeat, like anxiety becomes your literally default state. But when you work on something of your own, even if it's just for like 1 hour a week, you break that cycle and you start building something bigger, something bigger than that fear. So how do you find that side hustle of yours? Like, where do you begin? Think about what you want from life. And it could be like maybe you're just interested in keeping your day job, still want that emotional and financial safety for yourself. In that case, I have these 5 things that you should do. Number 1, build an emergency fund. No brainer. Just build an emergency fund to lean back to in times of crisis. That's it. Number 2, stay the hell away from debt and credit card loans. Number 3, live below your means. Like, even if it requires cutting back on some extras, like some concerts or whatever show that you go on, like once in a while it works, but if it's happening like every weekend, just cut back on that. Number 4, build a strong network that you can actually rely on. Number 5, and the final one, invest in financial literacy and start investing, like for real. But if that's not your cup of tea and you would rather just build something of your own, then think about the little version of you who wanted what you wanted to become, or where you wanted to go from here, and find a way to incorporate that passion into your side hustle. Like, maybe you love to paint. Well, the market for hand market art is gigantic. Maybe you love to write. Well, people are going back to real original stories because AI is making everyone sound the same. A performer? Well, YouTube is your stage. You want to be a teacher? Well, online courses and mentoring are booming right now. You want to be a designer? Developer is the word for you. So pick at least 5 things that you have always wanted to try, and then start with one. Like, not to get rich, not to quit your job, but to build the foundation of confidence and security that your paycheck alone cannot give you. Because you know what? The truth is, life feels really different when you know that you're not trapped. And that freedom, my friend, is actually the real luxury of life. So that's all for today's video, and I'll see you in my next one. And if you like this lesson, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like this video and comment on it and share it with your friends or someone who might just need it.